Alright, testing. Alright, testing. Sounds good. Turn up my audio a little bit. Notify the Discord. Okay, let's begin. Fortunately, a lot of this can be skipped, because I tried watching this, I stayed up kind of late. They skipped the first round, they didn't broadcast the first round, they instead broadcast this 2v2 show match, which that's fine. But first of all, very difficult to track. I don't think, like in general, the production value's been very good for these tournaments. But for 2v2, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, sure, there are these units at these battlefields. Which team are these units on? Which team? Whose units are these? So it's fine. Round one is not an important round, but they did give away. I mean, they gave away an opportunity to show more deck diversity round one, but in exchange they showed a different format. Which okay, sure, that's fine. I watched it. Somehow the team that had Master Yi and Aurora lost. I don't know how that happened. Spoilers, in case you care about the result of it. And let's go on to round two. So we've got Jinx versus Kaisa. Influencers. No, yeah, they weren't players. Like Crisp, I believe, is a like League of Legends player, and then there was a cosplayer, a commentator, the girl. So yeah, Ari cosplay, and then that girl there, trying to point with my finger. Holy shit, I'm old, clearly. But yeah, the girl in this picture is a commentator, and then the guy here is League of Legends competitor. The guy over there, I don't know who he is. I think, or one of them is a League of Legends. Maybe it's two commentators, and then no, because I think they were saying that this girl was criticizing or like trying to call plays, and over the guy who was a League of Legends competitor. But yeah, that's fine. All right, Jinx versus Kaisa. Kaisa's on Void Gate. Jinx won the die roll and started Arena's Greatest. This matchup, I already watched this. This is the one match that I saw. I wasn't really paying attention to it though, but I did see at least parts of it. Sundisk is an extremely important card for Jinx. The problem you run into is at some point the Kaisa is going to play Falling Star, kill your base, clear your stuff on battlefields, and you're going to have an empty board, and you are just dead if you cannot accelerate out units. And the problem is, unless you're going to play Darius and have enough runes for that, which is really hard to do with Jinx, you don't get accelerate units, other than Red Jinx, which is one. And you also don't really get to play spells to kill the stuff on battlefields that Kaisa will have. Unless you're playing Falling Star, which you could play. That's a legal card to play in Jinx, because you play Seals. But Sundisk fixes a lot of problems. Like if I pull up... where the hell is Jinx? This. This was the Jinx list I was working on, which it still was not consistent. And it's still not even like with Sundisk, with everything that you could possibly do, that it gets good against Kaisa. Piltover Archive is a bit slow. Yeah, it's a late stream, Orusk. I got caught up with some other stuff. Was playing some Flesh and Blood and Chess Arena with a friend, which I might actually stream Chess Arena tomorrow, in addition to watching the VOD. Alright, yes, we've got cards. Okay, they're loading slowly. But yeah, the end result, I don't know about these Incinerates, these are suspicious. The end result was Sundisk, with Phoenix Rocket Loop, which is strong. But then I think there was a different... Hold on. No, there was not. Not something else. I thought there was something else. I think I tried putting together like an all-units Jinx build that doesn't play these, because Rocket is really slow, but it didn't work. But the problem is, even with all of this, even if you loop Rocket with Phoenix, you still, like... You still don't really beat Kaisa. Because the Kaisa has runes and you don't. Like, you basically need a perfect draw in order to compete with Kaisa. You need to have a good start with Seal, multiple units early, into Sundisk, don't draw into too many Sundisks when you're drawing your 2 cards of turn because you can't control your hand, into setting up perfect board states to be able to Rocket to be able to play a card, activate Sundisk, play Rocket, killing one of Jinx's deck card units, resurrect the Phoenix ready, conquer with the Phoenix, discard a card, put the Rocket back in your hand. Like, if you can't set that up to happen every single turn, and your draws don't work out or your runes don't work out because you don't have seals to fuel it, then it just doesn't work, is the issue. But Sundisk is a good card, and if you don't have Sundisk, you can't win this matchup almost entirely. And this Jinx is playing Sundisk, which is nice. So, let us begin. We see Phoenix in hand, Hopeful. Yeah, so he's got all the nice units. Very cool. He plays a Merchant turn 1 because there's no reason to play your Assault unit when it's not going to attack into anything. They declare their Arena's Greatest trigger because you need to do that. And did he draw an extra card? Hold on. Why do I feel like he's got an extra card in his hand? Ray, Poro, Retreat, Yordle. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Has he got an extra card in his hand? Ray. No, okay, it's just the glare makes it look weird. Okay. So, you should play for the Ray here. He doesn't. That's just bad. I mean, if you were... It doesn't exist, but if you had a unit to play that would kill this Merchant for free, then you could consider not Raying it. But what's going to happen is this is going to go to a battlefield, and then your Yordle's going to have to trade with it. He didn't have a Stupefy in his hand. If he had Stupefy, you could maybe consider it as well. But he didn't have Stupefy. He doesn't have a 3-might unit to attack over it. Average day, think about Riftbound? I don't know. I don't think about how often I think about Riftbound in the average day. That's too much of a meta question. But yeah, this is just giving points to the Jinx that aren't necessary. I mean, maybe you could say you're going to use the Ray to protect the Yordle. Maybe, but that's not even going to happen because the Jinx has so many 4-might units. Obviously, the Merchant is always going to... I guess, no, it does protect the Yordle on... Maybe with Void Gate it does protect the Yordle. That might be real. The Jinx should be moving the Merchant first before doing this to get more information. Because they could move the Merchant, discard these Flame Chompers, and then draw into another Flame Chompers. And doing it in this order, they can't discard the second Flame Chompers. They're discarding Phoenix instead, but if they have a Flame Chompers, then that would be better. Discard, draw, but it looks like they're playing 2... Oh yeah, they're playing 2 Enforcers to empty their hand. Enforcer, discard Enforcer, keep the Hopeful. Very nice start for the Jinx. So, I mean, let's say the Ray got kept. Maybe that's still not great. Yeah, the Ray because of Void Gate. No, I can see it. Oh, and he has Sprite Mother. No, he has Sprite Mother in his hand. Yeah, so he has Sprite Mother plus Ray. So Sprite Mother goes over the Merchant, which the Merchant should have gone here. No, you don't have a real 4-might unit. You have fake 4-might units. But no, this is a good setup from the Kaisa. Okay, yeah. He plays Sprite Mother, which goes over the Merchant, which is what he actually has to go over it cleanly. And then he gets to hold the Ray to protect his Yordle. Okay, no, that is a good play by the Kaisa. Need to think more. And then, yeah, Kaisa goes to 3. This goes over the Sprite every time, and then the Kaisa will send... Yeah, there's no reason... He holds. What? Okay. That's surprising. So Jinx can dump her entire hand. The Kaisa is playing... I don't think this is right by the Kaisa. I think as Kaisa you have to play for the point race. Because if you fall behind on points, that's how you lose. But I guess the idea is we're going to kill the Flame Chompers with Ray, and then trade off with each Enforcer. Which, if the Jinx doesn't have a good draw, which the Jinx does, is the problem. The Jinx is on a really good draw. 1 unit, 3 units, 2 units. And now, worst case scenario, this Jinx gets accelerated out. And we can't even Falling Star the back because Hopeful got saved. Two Falling Star, true. So we're going to bait the Hopeful to come into the Void Gate so that we can get rid of it. And we're going to Falling Star here because we don't have a choice. One thing we could do here as the Kaisa is we could put this sentry here with the Sprite Mother. We could actually stack both battlefields with 4 each, which is risky depending on what the Jinx has, but the Jinx is top decking. The Jinx has nothing. So the Jinx has to draw into Cleave or Ray or Death Rocket or something like that. We're going to pass. Plan to use the retreat. Okay. And what did Jinx draw? Is that a seal? Casanova? Yeah, Casanova's pretty cool, dude. That is a seal. I don't know why we're playing it first, before the stack deck. Does it matter ever? It shouldn't matter. Fight or Flight, Death Rocket, it does matter. We drew Death Rocket. Do we have 5 runes for the Darius? We do have 5 runes for the Darius. Okay. I mean, this Jinx draw is absolutely absurd. Absolutely absurd. 2-drop into double Enforcer, discard Flame Chompers, and a Phoenix. Go down to 1 card. Into Seal, Vi, Hopeful, into a Darius. Absolutely absurd draw from the Jinx. And we're on Arena's greatest, so he gets the 6 points this turn. But yeah, if oh, he takes the rocket anyway. I don't know, wait, why does he do that? Wait, that's he wants to set up the Phoenix. But yeah, he misplayed. He does not want the seal. He wants the seal in his hand. Because he takes the rocket, he shoots the rocket at, I guess, the Sprite Mother, sends Hopeful here, he picks up Phoenix, he conquers, he discards the seal, picks back up the rocket as his 1 card in hand. I don't know why he didn't take Darius, that's really surprising. I think Darius would have been a huge problem. Because what does Kaisa do if Darius goes here? Darius goes here. If the Kaisa has Ray, she has to burn another rune. And then next turn... Oh, and Retreat got played here. I think the Darius should have been taken. That was a perfect Darius. But we're playing for the slow plan, which unfortunately now we don't have a rocket in our hand. We've got a seal in play, which is much worse. We would have been down 1 more rune. Which, what are we on? We're on 5 runes. Or no, we wouldn't. We'd be down the same number of runes. Next turn we'd be down. So we're going up to 7 runes, and we're going to have 2 cards, and we're going to need to conquer. And now we get Falling Star out of the game. Falling Star out of the game. Draw dead. Yep. And die. And if we had Darius, the Kaisa might not have even been able to win the game. Like what? The Kaisa would have had to Falling Star Darius. You're at 6 points. No, you just win instantly. No, that was insane. Jinx should have won this game. Which I don't know if the Jinx lost, but if Darius goes here, Falling Star has to go on him. Like you can, before you even stack deck, you could make this attack too. Unless you want to keep Rocket open and discard Seal. So you play stack deck, you see the Darius. You take the Darius. You send Hopeful here, see what happens. If they have Smokescreen, they probably play it here. So then you know they don't have Smokescreen. So then only thing that can punish the Darius here is second Ray. So you get here, he probably retreats this. Then you know they're down 1 mana, which they could still have the Ray. Then you Darius in here. If they don't have Ray, you go to 6 points. You've got Darius Hopeful against their or against their Sentry. He'd do the same trade? No, he'd have to star this. He Falling Starred, bringing the Hopeful down to 1 and killing the Phoenix, and then Sentry traded. If it's Darius here, then he has to hit it twice with Star. He'd need Stupefy in addition, because this Hopeful would have 4 HP still. Like, he'd only be able to deal 4 to Darius, 3 to Hopeful. Void Gate only affects units that are there. It doesn't buff the entire star. Like, I'm saying the Hopeful ends up at Arena's Greatest, and Darius ends up at Void Gate. And yeah, now the draw's bricked, so we go to 6. Oh, it was Ride the Wind? Wait, what? Oh, it was Hopeful, Ride the Wind. Hopeful, Ride the Wind in to get to 6, go back to base. Sure. Still don't have Rocket in hand. And now Kaisa can hold up Void Seeker and then Time Warp next turn. Seems like an easy win. What does Jinx draw? Looks like some units that don't do anything. Teemo. And... something. If that Void Seeker showed up to kill the Darius, then it would be the same. If it was like play the Yordle, draw Void Seeker Darius, Falling Star this. No, there's not enough mana. You wouldn't be able to Falling Star this? No, that wouldn't even work. You'd be on 6 points, and if either of these units hold, then you accelerate Jinx and win the game. And the Kaisa would have to play both Falling Stars, is the only way the Kaisa survives. And burn all of the runes. Hard to tell what order the Kaisa drew in. But the Darius, the Rocket, like, he played the Rocket once and picked up Phoenix. So he turned down scoring a point. He killed the Sprite Mother either way, but instead of scoring a point and having a Darius on battlefield, he had a Phoenix in his base and a Rocket in his discard that he never did anything with, which partly the fault of is the fact that he played the Seal instead of being able to pick it back up, but the Darius was still better, even if he had Seal in hand. Dreaming Tree, Reaver's Row. Reaver's Row going second. And also Reaver's Row against Kaisa is scary, because Kaisa has real tricks. And Kaisa has bigger units. That is a terrible starting hand, though. You have to mulligan both Watchers. Or is that a post mulligan? If that's post mulligan, then the Kaisa's dead. Oh, wait, no, Jinx is going first. Jinx lost. Why am I thinking Jinx won? Jinx was supposed to win. Jinx went first and had an absolutely disgusting draw. Seal Vi. Okay. Okay, that is post mulligan. The Kaisa has nothing. So I think as the Jinx player, you should assume that Void Seeker is in hand. And you should waste the Kaisa's mana. Like, if the Kaisa's hand is no Void Seeker, no Ray, and no units that she can play, then it doesn't even matter if you don't take the point. Like, the only way you score a point here with this Vi attack is if the Kaisa, what I said, does not have Void Seeker, does not have Ray. And in addition to that, if she doesn't have both of those spells, then she would have played a unit. So if her hand does not have any of those cards, then her hand is completely bricked. Like, next turn she's going to play Kaisa and hold up 1 mana, and then if she has Ray with it, then it's still the same thing. And any other situation, she's going to draw and what, like play a Darius, play a Noxus Hopeful, and continue to pass. So you should never attack here. This is just giving the Kaisa her mana that she shouldn't get. And helping her unbrick her hand if it's Void Seeker. Did he have a Noxus Hopeful turn 1 too? Because he played Vi instead of Noxus Hopeful. No, he had Noxus Hopeful. He could have gone Seal into Noxus Hopeful. Because then he bricked his turn 2 as well. Instead of being able to play Vi turn 2, he now had to play his Jinx and discard all his cards. Which maybe it's okay. What did he discard? A Rocket and a Ride the Wind? Okay. Discarded trash. So maybe it's okay. But now the Kaisa... Yep. Okay, the Kaisa was going to draw Yordle anyway. And look, the Kaisa's hand is unbricked all of a sudden. That Hopeful wouldn't have gotten drawn. So we have attack in over the Yordle. Conquer, discard the Poro to pick up Rocket. What was the last card that they have? A Falling Star? Oh, you discard, yeah, you discard Phoenix. Discard Phoenix, pick up Rocket, play Rocket on the Darius. They retreated the Yordle when your Darius is about to get rocketed. Do they have another spell to play? Oh, they got second retreat? Okay, they had second retreat. Sure. And I'm assuming the Phoenix got discarded to pick the Rocket back up. And then Yordle, the Poro was played instead of picking up the Phoenix, which is fair. I'm surprised Jinx stayed forward. Jinx should move back so you can get another Conquer. And she gets Void Seekered. Oh, it's so tragic. Oh, Jinx should have never stayed at the battlefield. But that's just Kaisa things. You got 3 points. We've got our own cleave draw, which is pretty nice. Draw another seal. We need to discard to pick up the Rocket. We want that Sun Disk, though, so yeah, we discard the seal, pick up Rocket. And then we Sun Disk the Draven onto Reaver's Row. Oh, we're Sun Disking the Phoenix onto Reaver's Row, that's fair. That's fair to do. Maybe it, no. No, we stopped the Sprite Mother, so now the Poros trade, which is nice. One cleave already got played, so Stupefy is the easiest card the Kaisa could have to deal with it. 5 points to 2 as well. That Kaisa has infinite runes. If you had a Draven in play, he was out of range of Falling Star by itself. Because now we need to top deck, what, we have 5 runes left? I just have one non-full art rune. What are these mixed rune decks? Is this here just to give cancer to your opponent? Okay, we did get an Enforcer and a Falling Star. So we can... Falling Star, kill the Darius, Sundisk Draven, into Reaver's Row, go to 6 points, and discard the Enforcer to pick up Rocket. Oh, we have enough to pick up the Phoenix too? Okay, that's great. That's amazing. We get to pick Rocket back up. Kaisa lets the sentry die. Did we not pick the Rocket back up? I can't count how many runes are available for either player. Oh, 5. Okay, they actually have a graphic. Someone is tracking it. And this Kaisa's hand is garbage. 3 retreats is way too many. Okay, so Kaisa just needs to dump absolutely everything. Which that Yordle didn't get put forward. So we got 7 there. Okay, Sundisk Vi. It's over. Turns out it's still unlosable, even if you give the Kaisa the turn 1 Void Seeker. Were those, again, like, really good draws for the Jinx? Let's go back through. The turn 1 Seal was awkward, and the turn 2 Jinx was awkward. But then every single draw from the 2 draws per turn was amazing after that. This Falling Star, no, this was, yeah, so then draw 2 cards, draw into Poro plus Phoenix. Have a Rocket in the discard to immediately be enabled, and snipe the Darius out, wipe the Kaisa's board. And then this turn have Cleave in hand, which did work with the Dreaming Tree, and draw into Draven plus Seal. And then find the Sundisk from the draw. Yeah, so absolutely insane, like, not quite insane Jinx draw, like missing a Flame Chompers, but if there was a Flame Chompers with this Jinx draw, then it would have been crazy. And then Draven shows up at perfect time, everything shows up at a perfect time. Now we've got Kaisa going first. Kaisa has Arena's Greatest versus Zon Warrens. Okay. And Kaisa's got a 2-drop. I think that's a Seal in the Jinx's hand again. It is. Is this Jinx just on a bunch of one-ofs with Fight or Flight Ride the Wind? And I guess it's better for you. If you only have one, you can never draw 2 of them at the same time. And you never want to. Seems like a reasonable turn to play Kaisa. Would have also been a reasonable turn to play double 2-drop. Hold open 2 mana. Wait, what? We have nothing. Why did we discard a Student? Why didn't we discard this Void Seeker? I'm actually so confused. Wait, what? We have Poro plus Student. Or we could play Kaisa this turn. And we choose the worst out of all of it, which is discard one of the 2-drops and still play the other. And what, we're just gonna bluff that we have a spell? When they're sending this, like, they have a Poro. They don't care if we have a spell. They're sending it over the sentry every time anyway. That's crazy. If you discard a 2-drop, you have to play Kaisa. And I think the better play is not discarding the 2-drop and getting rid of one of the other 3 cards. I don't know how many Time Warps he has. But that card is good. Void Seeker is okay. It at least... What? I guess it doesn't even do anything next turn. Like, the problem is your play next turn sucks. At least with what your hand looks like currently. So what do you need to draw? You're going to draw 1 card off Zonwarns, you're going to draw 1 card off the Sentry Die, and you're going to draw 1 card from your turn. What draw would you need to make this hand look playable? Most likely the Poro goes here. You have Student plus Poro in play. You draw... I guess ideally a Falling Star, hit the back line, Student eats Poro, and you get onto both battlefields to 4 points. And then you would want to play Kaisa with that. If you don't find a Falling Star, what else could you find? You want to Stupefy to get rid of this. And then you can play Stupefy and then either play Kaisa or play Darius. Probably play Kaisa. Because they both die to Death Rocket and Falling Star, but Kaisa doesn't cost you runes to play. Other option is draw a Hopeful and just trade. And play Hopeful Kaisa, which is really bad. But yeah, there's no way that you discard this and then don't play the Kaisa and just waste 2 mana for nothing. What is this? Discard Fight or Flight, Seal Vi. Eat the Sentry. Start with that. I guess even Sprite Mother. Play Kaisa and then send Kaisa forward, Sprite Mother the other. Still gets you to 4 points. That's not really worth it. Oh, the Jinx discarded? Wait, Jinx discarded the Enforcer. That's surprising. Do you really want the Enforcer less than the Vi? I guess the Enforcer doesn't cost you a card, but it doesn't really get you anything either. And then the Vi uses the Seal next turn, or this turn is the plan. Sure. No, this is fine. And then you draw into Sundisk and go to 3 points, which is amazing. Oh, and you get to hide the card. Okay. Sure. So you don't need the Enforcer. Oh, you could discard the Fight or Flight, but then you would have to accelerate the Enforcer out. Or you would play into base and save the Sundisk. And play Vi plus... No, then you have to discard something good. Okay. The Sundisk draw made this play a lot better. Because you could have even... If you discard Vi... No, you draw Sundisk, and then you can't play this plus hide without discarding the Sundisk, which is terrible. If only we had a student in play. Student in play would just go and eat their... Student in play would go here, get Fight or Flight, and then you'd be able to trade. Trade off. Like, we just wasted 2 mana on last turn. Is this the first awkward draw? No, doesn't look like it. We've got Rocket the Hopeful into Accelerate out Vi. No, we've got 5 runes. This is the first awkward draw. This is awful. And the reason this happened is because... we can Fight or Flight our Poro and play Darius. That's acceptable. That's probably the best thing we have here. And if we chucked Fight or Flight, we wouldn't be able to empty our hand, but our hand would also be Vi plus an Enforcer. And then we hope to draw into another 2-cost card to be able to play Vi plus 2-cost card plus Enforcer. Accelerate Jinx. Well, I hate this. Maybe I'm underestimating the value of this Fight or Flight. He has 2 Time Warps in his deck and he didn't discard one. That's crazy. I mean, this game is just over if the student got kept and Time Warp was discarded. Kaisa can't lose. But now things are actually close because this Fight or Flight stops the Sprite. Wait, what? Fight or Flight save the what? Why? What the hell is this? You're just saying the Kaisa gets to have Stupefy or Cleave and kill your Jinx too? And take both battlefields and then this Poro is useless? Okay. Why? If we Fight or Flighted the Sprite, it would be the same thing. They would either kill the Poro and leave our Jinx alive, and we get to 6 points, or they would trade off the Jinx and then the Poro would be alive and be able to move back to base. So we can Sun Disc another Vi, recycle 1 card, play the Enforcer, send Vi into Zonwarrens, get the Conquer, resolve Zonwarrens first, draw the card, and then choose if we want to discard it to Rocket. Oh no, we can just send the Enforcer instead, we don't need to send Vi in. We get to keep both Vi's in base. And now we get Falling Starred and die. Oh, did he just top deck that shit? Oh my god, that's disgusting. I feel like both players are throwing this game a lot. Like, I almost want to reconstruct the board state on TTS just to show what would happen with different plays. The Jinx was drawing well enough to beat the Kaisa when the Kaisa misplays like that. No Jinx win. And it's whatever. Even if the Jinx player played perfectly, they're gonna run into a better Kaisa player and get walled. Yasuo against Victor. Dreaming Tree. Victor's on Arena's greatest, because Victor just aggroes down points with his cheap units. That's basically... Is that all that he's good at? That's the main thing he's good at. Riptide Rex. That does empty battlefields for your cheap units. Mask Kane. Oh, is this that Yasuo deck? I think I played against Yuge, who was playing something... Or no, it wasn't Yuge, it was in In the Bandle Blitz tournament, I played against a guy playing a Yasuo deck that was on like 7 units total or something insane. Like green Yasuo, Kane, Mask, and then a few 2 and 3 drops. And almost entirely spells. What do we got? We put away the Rex and kept everything else. Ooh, Imperial Decree, that's a nice one. If we wanted to, we could tap 2 mana and make a recruit and just waste it. Oh, did they give him the trigger? I think his opponent gave it to him.
Like, you can just cast it when you have nothing on your board and your opponent still has to kill something.
Exactly.
So that is a missable trigger. What the hell are we doing with this hand? Is it just token forward, play some units? Play drummer, play... make another token? Going to the tree is surprising. Unless we're planning to hide a card there, but I think it's way too early to hide a card there. We have too many cards in hand to want a Hidden Blade to draw 3. Like, I think it's better if you send the recruit here. You're officially hooked. Nice. The game is pretty fun and has a lot of depth. And it doesn't have mana screw or mana flood, like MTG. I haven't played One Piece TCG or any of the other more modern TCGs, so I don't know what issues those games have compared to Riftbound, because they have the similar, like One Piece I know has the similar, like channel 2 runes, 2 mana sources per turn, and then it has its own depth with the fact that you can use it as mana or use it to buff your attacks. But I don't know if that game has other issues. No idea. But yeah, hiding Hidden Blade here I think is way too early. If we're playing to Call a Week, then that's fine. Kind of. I mean, the problem with Call a Week is we can't get 2 units on board. So if we Call a Week here, we only play 1 unit, we deramp ourselves 1, and we're only going to 3 points next turn. And the opponent is Yasuo, so he can accelerate out a unit for 2 mana. So I think I'd prefer playing Drummer, plus making another Recruit. Sending Recruit to Arena's Greatest. The Wheeler of Water goes here over top of it. And then, depending on what the opponent does, we can either play for Call a Week, or we could play for some kind of like send in Drummer, offer the trade, or just Hidden Blade it, and then go to 4 points and just play for tempo advantage, because we have 2 of them anyway. I don't like this Call a Week. I think it's very premature, because we don't have a board developed for it yet. I guess it's going to work out because we stop a Sona from getting to a battlefield, so what would have happened? Wielder goes forward, Sona gets dropped with it. Opponent has 4 ready runes. We assume they have Defy. So we start with a Hidden Blade on the Sona. Or no, they would have Sona with Wielder of Water, so we'd get to send in... We'd send Drummer in. Pass. They would have to fight or flight the Drummer if they want to keep both their units. And then we Hidden Blade the Sona. No, that's a slight issue. They fight or flight it, and then we can't get rid of the Wielder. Would it be send in Drummer? They fight or flight the Drummer, we play... Maybe you just play the Emperor's Decree? And then... No, we don't score any points when we do that. Yeah, that can wait. Send in Drummer. Send token to the battlefield. Cull a weak, which kills off the Wielder of Water, which the Yasuo still doesn't want to happen because he can reposition it to the battlefield. And then maybe it gets defied. Maybe you still Hidden Blade the Sona first, and then you Cull the weak, which gets rid of the Wielder at least. And then Sona gets left over. I'm not sure. I mean, this Cull the weak works. Kind of, because now the Sona gets played in base. Ooh, and now we can camper with a Meteor. Okay. I really don't like the fact that we're going to Dreaming Tree repeatedly, though. Oh, we only have 5 mana, though. We only have 5 mana because we Culled the weak. Oh, is this what happened? I think this was right before I went to bed. I heard about a Comet getting played and being forced to be targeted on the only unit of the battlefield. Oh my god, the opponent doesn't even catch it. But yeah, the judges catch it. This only targets units at battlefields, and I think the judges might force him to play it. Yeah, the judges force him to play it, targeting his recruit. Okay. Yeah, now the game's over. But I mean, that's the Cull the week early is so bad. Like, even if you Cull the week, like your opponent goes first, plays a 2-drop, you Cull the week, make a token, it's still bad. I still don't like, have not liked the way the game's played out after doing that. I think Cull the week is only good later on once you have a board advantage set up, and you can use it to either get your opponent to clear a battlefield for you, or to get rid of their bigger unit that they played in base. Or if you play multiple at a time where you Cull the week, get rid of their small unit, Cull the week, get rid of their bigger unit. But yeah, now we have a Dreaming Tree. We ride the wind. Play Azanya's Ready Runes. It's over. Pull any gas. I haven't opened any packs. I'm going to a release event on Thursday. I don't get dopamine from opening packs. Did he just Hidden Blade it? Wait. He Hidden Bladed it through the Zon. No, okay. I mean, this is not going to be a very long match then. I'm going to fast forward. I mean, the Yasuo player also did not realize that the Comet could not target his Sona, but yeah, okay. Victor falls behind on tempo. Is that purple Yasuo? Wait, was purple Yasuo in here? Game 1? No, it was green Yasuo, and they switched to purple for the Victor matchup. And then the game... What, did he just combo purple Yasuo? Looks like it. Okay, we'll fast forward. We'll go next. Oh wait, he lost. Wait, what? Seriously, we can't break this? Wait, he discarded his cane? What the hell are we doing? Oh, we have 7 runes. Oh, we're just screwed. Yeah, okay. Oh my god. Okay. Sure. Okay, this Call of the Week looks a bit better. Got defied, though. Two masks. 2 masks leave Wielder plus Sona on the battlefield. Sona by herself is 6. These two together, still 6, but plus this. I mean, it would be 7, this is 8, because of the war camp. But this Wielder by itself is a 7. Both of these by themselves are 7s, together they're 8. Big value. Is Yasuo gonna lose? Oh my god, okay. Yasuo is viable, Yasuo is viable. Can't wait for them to come out with Yone, who's going to be even more powerful. Alright, these guys look more dapper. Card game players. Glasses wearing. Ari vs Kaisa. Okay, this looks real. Trifarian War Camp. Okay. This guy might be on Presto Ari. because this is something that Ari can play, because it's effectively a reverse Void Gate, where spells deal 1 less damage to units here. Kind of. Ari goes first. What did Ari mulligan? What are we looking at? I do not like the retreat, though. I don't think retreat in Ari is very good. Because your units don't have accelerate. Okay. I don't think retreat is good, because retreating... If you retreat on Dreaming Tree, then it's good. But if you're not on Dreaming Tree, it's just bad. Just not good value. You'd rather just have another unit to play than retreat a unit you already have on board. Like, I wonder if you'd rather play block than retreat. Honestly, you might. Alright, let's see what the Aria mulligan into. I didn't get to see. He's hiding his hand from the camera. Legion Rearguard. Is that a Kaisa in his hand? That is another Kaisa. This guy's playing multiple Kaisas. One problem with going to War Camp is that Stupefy will win the combat, but then it costs your opponent to Stupefy, whereas going to the other battlefield, then your opponent will draw when they try to win the combat. So you don't want your opponent to get to the tree with anything, even a sentry. Mask, that's a good card. That's a card that might have actually been missing from Ari builds. Okay, so we mask and win the combat, now we're not on tree. That's nice. Now Kaisa gets to go to tree and be happy. Zanya's. Alright. That's atrocious. Isn't this a blue Ari? Why don't we play blue Ari? I guess we have to... No, it doesn't... We'd have to play blue Ari here. And hide the Zanyas and D-Ramp Infinite. But I mean, this is the situation where you'd rather just have more units. Like, if you could just play a Lecturing Yordle, instead of having Retreat or Zanyas, you'd be happier. But... yeah, I think the big thing is Retreat is a lot worse when the things you're retreating aren't Accelerate units. Kaisa gets to retreat Red Kaisa and Darius. And Watcher. Whereas Ari, you only get to retreat Fey Folk and Watcher, and you don't like retreating Fey Folk, you'd rather have it die. A lot of the time. So this is a Kaisa attacking as a 4 against this Sentry, which is a 3. So we could go for... we have 1 mana open. That is not accurate. We've got 1 mana open. We're just going to allow it to happen and lose the Zanyas. Okay. Kaisa conquers. And they stack the battlefields against an Ari with 7 mana. Why are we stacking? Why are we not spending all our mana? What are we scared of? What is Ari... Ari has 7 mana. What pushes this battlefield? What are we scared of happening to our Kaisa? Like, Sprite Mother and a buff spell? Accelerated Echo? Go Blue Jays? Oh wait, that's happening right now, isn't it? Hold on a second, I need to, forgot about that. I thought they won yesterday. They got close. Yeah, I'm gonna put that on my other monitor to at least track the score. Wait, did they win already? There's no way they won already, right? It's only been an hour and a half. I'm glad I have 3 monitors. Alright, waiting for them to show the score. So we kept the sentry alive, and the enemy Kaisa wasted 2 mana. And I don't know why, they don't even have a Ray. And they stacked that battlefield, which doesn't play around anything, because there is not 8 mana available to accelerate a Fey Folk, or a Watcher. Yeah, I don't know why we didn't play our second Kaisa with our mana. We literally held open mana for nothing. Like, what are we holding open mana for? What are we bluffing? Like, is our opponent not going to send his sentry to the battlefield to play around Ray? Are we serious? They're going to do that, and then you're not going to Ray it, and they're going to know you don't have Ray. And you wasted 2 mana. Playing a rear guard instead of a second Kaisa. It's so troll. It still looks like Kaisa's winning this game easily, though. I mean, maybe not, because this can't even attack into the sentry, because we'd stacked this battlefield for no reason. And we didn't play Kaisa. So now we have to commit a cleave. So what is this, 4 against 4 now? Now we have to stupefy. And then we try to Falling Star. They play On Guard, save the student. Wait, how does the student not get saved? Oh, they retreated. They retreated a sentry. Oh my god, wow. Yep, sure do love retreat. Sure love retreating 2-drops. Like, at least if you're gonna play retreat, play Lecturing Yordle in your deck so you can get some value out of it. But you really end up looking... I mean, the Mask is nice. The Mask is something that differentiates you and makes you not just be a bad Kaisa deck. And you do have the Ari value for holding battlefields. But this is not going to work. I mean, Ari is just dead. Like, what the hell am I looking at? It's over. Lost in deck construction. No, those masks are nice. I want a deck build. Seeing that. So yeah, the Foxfire is not very good. It's a Void Seeker that doesn't draw you a card. Same with the Smoke Screen. Yeah, Mask is too good. Mask is too good of a card to not be playing. It's the one, that's the one good card the Ari played. I mean, the units are fine, too. But yeah, then you get the argument that you're playing a Master Yi deck that gets access to Stupefy and Ravenbloom Student and Thousand-Tailed Watcher is your argument, I guess. Let's take out these bad cards. Need 2-drops, but maybe Sentry is better. Sentry is probably better than Keeper. Let's take out the Smoke Screen. Take out this Foxfire. Let's put in 3 masks. Why can't I find the card? And then let's just get off of the ramp plan entirely and play Lecturing Yordles. Probably want 3 Sprite Mother. Though it is bad against Master Yi. Let's go 2 Yordles. Let's take the Sprite Mother out of the sideboard. The sideboard is just a mess anyway. It doesn't even matter. Like, just put something random in here. Is Mask a good card? It's very good. It's effectively a trick the turn you play it, and it makes every single combat for the rest of the game much easier for you and much harder for the opponent. It definitely looks bad, but this card says that every single unit that you play for the rest of the game enters play with a buff. Is effectively what this says. Not quite, because it doesn't work on non-combat spells. But yeah, Mask is disgusting. Mask is the best card in the Lee Sin starter deck. Man, I honestly think Block is a good card. Yeah, you need Sprite Mothers. This is more card draw with the sentries. I mean, I could see playing 1 retreat. That's okay. And I could see playing Zanya still. Something like this, but Mask is really good. Attacking the same battlefield multiple times? Yeah, you can do that too if you have a lot of units. You can just trade 1 at a time, if that's what's necessary, if your opponent has a bunch of units. It's possible this is too many units. Maybe the Jeweled Colossi are unnecessary when Mask is in play. But something like this. It's fine. Don't need to keep cooking too much. Oh. And I didn't pause, but yeah, Ari lost. Ari lost game 1. Oh boy. Big surprise. Probably needs a second Time Warp in the deck, too. Yeah, the Find Your Centers were never that good. I think, oh yeah, and Sprite Mother is very good. Sprite Mother is a very, very good card that Master Yi wishes he had. So you get Student, Sprite Mother, Thousand-Tailed Watcher, and you have a weaker Legend ability in general, and you get Stupefy. And you get Blue Ari, which is okay, but you do miss out on a lot of Accelerate units for comeback potential, so... Alright, did they show the hand? I see a Fey Folk, a Watcher, an On Guard, and a second Watcher. That's a terrible hand. Is that fortified position? That's a fortified position, alright. That is not a good card against Kaisa, because this student is going to eat a Ray, and then eat a Falling Star, and then the Sentry is going to sit there for all eternity. Okay, no Falling Star yet, fine. Where did all these runes come from? Oh, we literally just on guard passed. Yeah. And then we play Ari there. And then say, you don't have Falling Star because you didn't have it last turn, and you don't have Void Seeker because I said so. And it turns out that they don't, so this is going to go up to 5, and this will go down to 1 if it attacks in. So that is the difficult attack to make. What is the Kaisa's hand? What do we have? Is that a Sprite Mother? No, that's another Kaisa. Oh, we've got a Smoke Screen. So we could No, we can't pre-smoke because it needs to go up to 5 first. We need to commit to the attack, and then if they have a Defy, we're dead. So it looks like we're just going to keep developing board. We could try to hold the other battlefield. If we're on what? 7 mana? So we unfortunately can't go Kaisa plus Hopeful plus Hold Up Smoke. So probably... But we don't want to... What do we do here? We either get blown out by Watcher or we get blown out by a Fey Folk, and we can't do a lot about it. And our Kaisa couldn't conquer. So it's probably Poro, Hopeful, play the Hopeful at the other battlefield, hold up Smokescreen, so if Fey Folk comes in, we can Smokescreen it. Oh wait, opponent went down to 5 runes. No wait, no, there's no Watcher, there's no Fey Folk coming in. That's not even real. So the only thing we're thinking about is sets of spells that make the student bigger. So we could play Kaisa in base, Hopeful forward with the Sentry, and that would be okay. But this Kaisa's bad. No, we don't want to play Kaisa. We're going to Accelerate her next turn, most likely. So it's probably Poro plus Hopeful, and we want to set up to push that Ahri next turn, ideally. It'd be nice if we could pull out of the other battlefield, but that's really risky to do, because if the opponent puts down a Fey Folk there, or puts down something there, and has Student on one battlefield, Blue Ahri on the other, and we don't have spells, then it's really bad for us. How do we set up to attack the next turn? We're gonna have a 1 and a 3 against a 5, and then we can cleave and smoke. And it kind of works. Maybe that's what we do. We pull out of both battlefields. Pull Sentry out. Play Kaisa, play Hopeful in base. And then say opponent either has to develop a big unit with the student, or they have to leave a ton of mana open. And then we're going to send every single unit we have against the student. And they have to leave, yeah, they leave a ton of mana open. We send every single unit we have, so we send Kaisa plus Hopeful plus Sentry for 10 might total against the student, which is 2. And then if the Ahri has every single spell in the universe, then yeah, we're in trouble. I guess, no, that overextends against Watcher. We do that. They kill that. Watcher's going to clear our board completely. We draw a ton of cards, though. No, that's just fine. We draw a ton of cards, and then if they Watcher us, it's okay. Because we can probably find a spell to kill the Ahri. So yeah, I think the best play is pull the Sentry out, develop Kaisa plus Hopeful in the back, with the plan of going over top of the student next turn, getting 2 Kaisa Conquerors, and drawing cards, and then finding solutions, because our hand sucks right now. If we try to hold onto this battlefield, we're just giving the Ahri time to keep developing her board while we never make progress. And we're stacking this battlefield. And holding open mana. Oh god. I mean, it's okay. Like, this is not that bad. At the like the whole holding mana open part, because we don't have anything to do with our hand, so we're accelerating Kaisa next turn. But this is just so useless, and we're not threatening this battlefield now. So now we're in the same spot that we were in last turn, except that the Ahri just got to play a 7-drop for free. So we have Smoke and Cleave, so we get in, at least. But Ahri cashes in the Fey Folk. And we know the Ahri's hand is pretty bad because she only played On Guard on turn 2 and then passed. And then only played Ahri on turn 3 and passed. Had no units to develop. Okay, we draw into the Falling Star. Alright, sure. If we had the Falling Star in hand, then maybe we could play for this. And make the Ahri think that we didn't have it, and then wait for her to play the 7-drop and wipe everything. But yeah, this is pretty good. Now we can pull all of these units out and leave Kaisa forward. And just be happy, because even a Fey Folk accelerated trades now. This rune count is not accurate. This should be 10 runes. But yeah, this is going to be a Watcher accelerated, most likely. But now the Kaisa has massive point tempo. The Ahri never had a choice in any of this. The Ahri's hand is completely bricked. It was Fey Folk, Watcher, Watcher. Doesn't seem like anything got drawn since then. We're not able to break the Watcher, though, which is bad. Needed to draw another Falling Star or something. Second Watcher, clean everything up. Find your center for 1. Does Kaisa have something? Is that an Acathian Rain? Move your hand out of the way, damn it. Alright, I'm rewinding time. That is an Acathian Rain. What does that do for us? We drop 4 on 1 and 2. 4 on the one that's on... Oh, maybe we drop 5. 5 on the one that's at the fortified position. 1 on the other. Oh wait, no, we're on Void Gate. Oh, we could do... The problem is one of them has to die if we don't have another damage spell or another way to kill in hand. Otherwise, when we send in one combat, the other one to heal. So you probably do 5 and 1. And then send in 2 units to trade with the other Watcher, which will have 3 damage on it. What is that? We have our own Watcher in hand? What is that other 7 mana card? Is that a Watcher? That might be a Watcher. I don't know what other 7 mana card, unless they've got Mega Mech in their deck. Is that some kind of altar? That has to be a Thousand Tail. What is that? That's a Cathian Rain? Okay. Does not get Windwalled with 2 mana open. Student Trigger, very important. Student triggers at the same time that all of the targets get declared. If you start resolving them, then you miss the student trigger. We did 4 on Void Gate. I don't like that. I do not like that at all. I would have much preferred 5 and 1. Because this is effectively a 9, so this has 5 HP left, whereas if we did 3 to the one on Void Gate, it would have 4 HP left. So this was just strictly worse. It is Mega Mech, okay. But yeah, this is just worse. And it's block. So if we had this here, this is at 7 down to 6, so this is 9 total. This would have been 9 against 4 HP, whereas this is 9 against 5 HP, which is now up to 8. Plus a Discipline, and now the Watcher survives. And the Watcher survives exactly. Yep. If he did it the other way around and did 5 here, and 1 here, then these would have traded. Because I believe that was a block that was hidden plus a Discipline. Yep. Which I did not actually see, and he is playing block, which is cool. Yeah, I did not realize that was a hidden card there the whole time. But I don't know. I don't know why he targeted like this. That was just bad. 5 and 1 was better. And then in addition to that, he'd have a Poro here on the fortified position. So he would have traded, Ari has absolutely nothing in hand, no way to get on the battlefield, and Kaisa wins. Yeah, Kaisa threw this game with that play. Okay, nice catch by the Ari. So we've got student forward, don't go with the Dreaming Tree, good. Play a couple of 2-drops, probably Sentry plus Hopeful. And then if the Ari pushes over top of our student with their student, our Hopeful can push back over top, and the Sentry goes to the other battlefield. And we hold on to, or we try to hold. I guess holding is fine. What is the rest of our hand as the Kaisa? We have a Falling Star and a Cleave. So what, we'd Cleave, go to 6, and that's not good enough? Like, we would attack in 3 against 2. That what, our opponent needs to be on Discipline, Defy, On Guard? Or Stupefy? Like, let's say Stupefy, Discipline, Defy. It's not impossible for that hand to exist. This is safer. Well, no, I mean, if they have Stupefy, Discipline, they just push over this anyway. Discipline to 5, Stupefy this, Stupefy go up to 6 against 5. No, so this doesn't even work. Like, the thing is, stacking here is playing around the enemy Ari being able to attack over our student with a spell, and then when we attack in with Hopeful plus Cleave, for them to be able to be big enough to beat us. And the only way that happens is if they have one spell to play to kill the student, and then another spell to play to beat the Hopeful. And if they have those 2 spells to do that with, then they can do it here. In this situation, and just clear our battlefield. The only difference this makes is if the Ari has 2 Stupefies, 2 Stupefies will trade. Whereas if we do it the other way around, 1 Stupefy goes over, and when we attack in, then a Stupefy will put the Hopeful down to 2, and our student up to 3. But then they need the Defy in addition to that for the Cleave. So. Do we have 2 spells? I see Retreat, On Guard, and some units. So no. But again, oh, we got a Mask though. Would Mask change the math? Mask attack over. We have to Cleave and attack in immediately. So we go to 6. And then they're at 3, they play On Guard and we trade. Mask does change the math. Forgot about Mask. Are we supposed to, well, we're planning to Falling Star then, which is why the Sentry's in the back? Okay. So this is risky against the Ari having double spell. But if the Ari doesn't have double spell, this is better against Mask. Which is, it's more likely for the Ari to have Mask than it is for the Ari to have 2 spells. Are we double hitting the student with Falling Star? We definitely should. We did not. Can we Cleave into it? It's at 5, it goes up to 6. We go to 3. Okay, we can still Cleave into it, so this is still okay. We clear the Ari's board, and that's what's important. And we accelerate out the rear guard. Okay, that's really nice. That's a nice play. And now the Ari's only on 7 runes, so no Fey Folk accelerate. So it's just going to be 6 points to 2, and then Kaisa walks back everywhere. And then has an Acathian Rain follow-up. Draws the cards, play the Draven, walk home. The Stupefied drawing cards... does it matter that much? This Ari might not be playing Charm. Charm is a bad card in Ari. Seems like this Ari is not playing Charm. So you don't need to worry about this Draven getting charmed in. Even if he does, he's going to kill everything. Like what, he goes down to 6 might and is still going to kill a Fey Folk off, worst case. So yeah, you don't need to hold retreat to retreat the Draven. Okay, hide a card, we did see block. The thing is, if we're Kaisa, we can just set up to hold this battlefield. We can dump everything on this battlefield, go to 7. And then even if Watcher comes out, Watcher attacks for 8, and this Draven goes down to 7, everything else is a 1, so we still have 10 might here. And the Ahri has... The Ahri would have to have Watcher plus On Guard, with 1 On Guard played already. But what is our hand? And we've got a Stupefy in hand. Cleave, we can drop another rear guard, we can drop our Kaisa, we have the Stupefy. But we can also just play a Cathian Rain, kill everything, and be fine. It's like a Cathian Rain, 4 on the Fey Folk, 2 on Ahri. And then Stupefy Ahri if she gets... No, she can't get saved. Yeah, 4 Fey Folk, 2 Ahri, there's only 1 mana open, so On Guard doesn't save anything. And you could even... No, you could do 3, 2, and 1, and you have the Stupefy for On Guard. Block is underrated. Work on a battlefield where it wasn't hidden. No, they didn't change that. They changed it where... If your unit gets killed while the showdown is happening, you don't lose control of the battlefield, so your hidden card stays there until the end of the showdown. You still have to target hidden cards at the battlefield they're hidden at. So the only time it matters is if you hide a Zhonya's at a battlefield and they start a showdown, kill your unit that's there, you don't want to Zhonya's it, so you let it die, and then you flip the Zhonya's afterwards. So, I mean, yeah, this is just a Cathian Rain. Oh, do we not have enough runes? Oh, we accelerated out the... Okay, so no. We don't have enough for Stupefy, so we do 4 on Fey Folk, 2 on Ahri. And that ends the game. Trade and reveal a unit. I don't think... There was a question about that, where if there's a unit that has a trigger when it dies, if you can respond to that trigger with a hidden card, and I think the answer might have been no, but I'm not sure about that. I don't know if there is a window... If combat in a showdown gets resolved, I don't know if there's a window after that where you still have control before the showdown finishes. Like, I don't know if you have like a Fey Folk on the battlefield and a Pack a Cub hidden, and your Fey Folk dies, I don't know if you can respond to the Fey Folk trigger flipping the Pack a Cub. Actually, there's no way that you would be able to do that. Let me think. That wouldn't make any sense, would it? Like, let's say your opponent has a Draven with 10 might, and they attack into your Fey Folk, and you have a Pack a Cub hidden there. It wouldn't make any sense that the combat happens, your Fey Folk dies, you flip the Pack a Cub in response, and then that starts another showdown. That wouldn't make any sense. But maybe that is how it works. I don't know. Don't need a trigger, you can reveal Zhonya's after a unit dies. That doesn't make any sense. There's no window, there's no action window. If there's not a trigger that happens from combat happening, then there's no way that you can flip a Zhonya's after a unit dies from combat, specifically. If they play Hexray on your unit, then yes. Because the showdown is still happening. But after combat happens, I don't think that you definitely can't if there was no trigger, and I don't think you'd be able to if there was. But yeah, this is just a Cathian Rain. The only thing the Ahri can have is On Guard. Hidden cards can't block doesn't buff units unless a showdown's happening. So Icathian Rain, 2 on Ari, 4 on the Fey Folk. On Guard can't save either one. And then it's only the Yordle left. You send whatever you want here, and you send everything else here. Yordle gets block, Yordle gets on guard. Goes up to 7, and you still have more than enough, and then the game's over. Okay, I think he just like targeted everything, it doesn't matter. But yeah, that is the Ahri issue. Doesn't seem like there are Sprite Mothers in the Ahri deck, which is a big deal. I think that that card is probably mandatory. Because that's how you recover on battlefields against Kai'Sa. Like, I mean, you just need Accelerate units against Falling Star, that's just the way the game works. You need to be able to immediately get units from your hand onto battlefields after Falling Star gets played and wipes you. Alright, what do we got? Misfortune against Yasuo. Well, it's definitely an Aurora Misfortune. This Yasuo's got green Yasuo in hand. That's pretty cool. And we flipped Vilemaw's Lair. Oh boy. Oh boy, I love Vilemaw's Lair. Thanks for the follow, Winged Yeti. I love Vilemaw's Lair in a deck that plays Fight or Flight. Amazing. Did you know that if you have a unit at Vilemaw's Lair, it says that units can't move from here to base? So if you have the card called Fight or Flight, you're not legally allowed to play this card on a unit that's at Vilemaw's Lair because it can't move from the battlefield to the base. Which I believe means that it's an illegal target for the card because it can't have an effect. I think. I'm not sure about that. You might be able to play it and it will do nothing. But it's really good when you play a battlefield in your deck that actively turns off this card, which should be a 3 of them in your deck because it can stop point tempo early and be hidden later on to protect your big units. You know, but it doesn't come up ever. You know, just for the upside of your opponent getting to send a trash unit here and it being stuck. Like, wow, you trapped a sentry there. Congratulations. We drew the Aurora. What is that 2-mana card? I don't know. Oh my god, Orange Volibear. I fucking love to see that, too. That card is great. I wonder how many triggers are going to be missed on that card. If it's the average Aurora player. Find your center. Alright. We're going to play another Mobilize. We're going to have turn 3 Aurora, going second. Very cool. Green Master Yi. Hello, Green Master Yi. This is Aurora. Let's pay attention to what gets flipped. Gust. Stacked. Invert timelines. Ride the Wind. Actually important. Oh, he has purple Yasuo here. Okay. If he had green Yasuo in hand and here, he does need to play the one from hand because of invert timelines and because of Mind Splitter. But he has a purple one, which is weird. Aurora, Deadbloom Predator. Cool. Play another Zhonya's. Hold up some and a mask. Do we have tricks in hand? We've got a Discipline. We've got a Last Stand. Alright then. I don't know what we're cooking with that. I guess... Does that combo with purple Yasuo? That's kind of a purple Yasuo combo. Where you attack with him, you trigger your masks, you give him whatever other buff spell, you Last Stand him, so he can actually win combats, and then you Ride the Wind him, so he takes both battlefields, as he's actually supposed to be able to, and then moves 3 times. So you score 3 points and wipe both battlefields, and win from 5 points. Okay, sure. As a one of, I could see it. You can't ever play it. The problem is, I'm pretty sure it gives temporary forever. Yeah. And temporary with Zhonya's is funny because you untap all your cards, then temporary kills your unit, and if you have a Zhonya's, it'll prevent the death, but not remove temporary. So it'll die, and Zhonya's moves it back to base and taps it. So it won't be able to do anything. Though you are Yasuo, so you could still use those units. They're not completely dead. The way they are for Master Yi. Alright, did we draw a second Aurora? We're gonna put that card on the table, because why would we not do that? And then we even have the choice of... What do we have to support this attack? We have Fight or Flight? I hate that. Let's just go to the other battlefield, play Aurora, and never lose the game. Literally never be able to lose the game in our lives. What did we just do? The hell is this Fight or Flight? Wait, what? What are we doing? Let's not play... Like, if we're gonna do this, can we play the Mind Splitter first? Could we play Mind Splitter first to at least see what's going on in the hand? We're gonna see... They're gonna have to discipline in response, and we don't need to make the attack? Like, can we play properly? Like, I know we can't lose this game still, but, like, could we play properly? We're gonna not play... We're gonna not play Aurora again, and now we're gonna D-ramp enough to... Okay, sure. I know we can't lose this game. I know we're missing all of our points. Like, I know our cards are all flying all over the place. We can't even control where our cards are going. Like, I understand that it's pretty tough out here. And that tapping cards at a 90-degree angle is difficult. And yeah, Green Yasuo attacked into us. And that's just okay. And we're gonna go to a judge call. I don't know why we're in a judge call.
So
Casanova, tell us why we're in a judge call.
probably just gonna put the unit back onto Vile Maws and
Ah, we moved a unit off of Vile Maws, right? We didn't even our battlefields. Like, can we bring blank battlefields? I'd rather have a blank battlefield than Vile Maws. We got a judge call because we moved our unit off of Vile Maws lair because the card is turns out battlefields are double-sided. So we're conferring with the judges. Judges have decided to give us a game loss. We found the one way to lose the game. Please. Oh my god, did they actually give a game loss? That would be hilarious. Oh my, wait, they gave a game loss? Wait, did they give a game loss? We found the way to lose the game with turn 3 Aurora going second against the opponent that played a unit on turn 3. Their first unit.
The defendant was found guilty.
What is this?
Alright,
Possession main board. Was supposed to be side. Oh. I mean, we found a way to lose... I mean, it's classic Aurora. Like, the deck is very binary, where it either literally can't lose or literally can't win. And the end result of that is that the Aurora players themselves need to come up with ways to make it interesting. For example, by putting sideboard cards into their main deck. And putting orange Volibears into their hand. And choosing to go second? Okay, I don't know why we did that. Alright, we're just, I'm assuming this is undefeated players. Okay, 3... Is this 3-1? I don't know if this is a draw or a loss. Does anyone know? Quality options? Whoa, what is with this interface? What is with my everything? What is happening? My internet fine? Okay, my internet seems to be fine. There we go. Now I might be able to actually read the symbols. Yeah, I don't know which one is win or loss though, but maybe someone in chat knows. Alright, ride the wind, score some ice points, very cool. Do we got an Aurora? I don't see an Aurora. How many orange Volibears in hand? Come on. Come on, tell me. Tell me how many orange Volibears that could have been Mountain Drakes are in hand. Oh, yeah. And we don't even want to play this Catalyst because we're bluffing cards that exist. We really don't want to play these orange Volibears. They're actually specifically there to represent other cards that our opponent might try to play around. And they're going to play around them by never sending a unit towards a battlefield. Because they're scared. But yeah, if only we played that Catalyst last turn, we'd have 12 runes. That's kind of crazy. I don't know what our plan was in general, but now we only have 11 mana open, and we're still not going to play the Catalyst. Yep, well, our first orange Volibear comes down. I mean, we found a way to lose. We're also not going to ready a rune with our misfortune. We're gonna ready the Volibear that could have just been played at the... What the hell is going on, man? Alright. Thank God that was over. I mean... Glad I didn't stay up all night watching these. Glad I'm not making the plan to stay up all night watching these. But we'll watch the highlights of it tomorrow. And skip through the rest of it. Kaisamir, alright. There we go. Let's see. Are these undefeated players? Star Tip Peak Game 1. Alright, I don't know what the fuck that is. That's some weird shit. Alright, show me the player records. Is his name Goat? He is Goat. Hold on, we got Mulligan. Is that a magma worm? What is 8 in a red? Hold on. Eight, 1 power. That is either magma worm or sky splitter. Interesting. That's a nice hand, though. I don't know why every single player just has a 1 on the end. Are they all drawing? Whose Star Tip Peak is it? I guess it's the guy on the right. Because it's over here. Alright, we do have a unit. Unfortunately, we are about to get absolutely annihilated by Star Tip Peak. Oh, we're going to play Kaisa, actually. Okay, maybe we're not getting annihilated by Star Tip Peak because we can push this now. So, we're always playing Stupefy and pushing in. Oh wait, we're actually thinking. Hold on. Accelerate Kaisa in. Okay. Take both battlefields. Okay, we're not playing Stupefy pushing in. Alright. I hope we have a follow-up for this. I believe we have Darius Stupefy. In case the opponent has their Kaisa go over our Kaisa. And we're getting point tempo. Very big point tempo. They're putting the point counters in the wrong place. Okay. I like that. An opponent doesn't have a way to beat our Kaisa, so we're getting Star Tip Peak value. Oh wait, no he does. He's got a Darius Cleave. Okay, now we're in trouble. Because we have a Darius and a Stupefy. And now we're going to be fighting over one battlefield while the opponent scores the other one every single turn. And we're tapped out. Oh, maybe not. Don't we have a Falling Star in hand? We do have a Falling Star in hand, okay. Alright. How do we recover this as the Kaisa going second? We probably need Falling Star plus Stupefy. I guess the unfortunate thing is that this aggressive plan resulted in... Maybe this was bad. Let's see. We need to save the Stupefy. Because that was our only way to get our Kaisa over their Kaisa, or to activate our Darius. And we didn't have Falling Star, and our hand sucked. Maybe accelerating Kaisa was the only option, and we just hope the opponent isn't on a Darius plus 1 mana spell. Because if they beat our Kaisa and have to develop in base, then we Darius over top, and at least have decent point tempo. I mean, we still have the issue where we tap out and we can't get this retreat, because that is the big problem, is we've already used our Darius, we've already used our Kaisa, and now we have retreat in our hand. Oh no, we didn't use Darius, did we? No, we did use Darius. No, we got Darius. Yeah, we did use our... What am I talking about? We did use our Darius, it got Falling Starred. So now Darius Falling Star should only have 5 runes remaining after that. That is probably the only play that can get made. And now... I mean, our opponent showed that they didn't have another Darius in hand because they had to Falling Star a Darius. So maybe they don't have a Watcher Accelerated? No, they've got a Watcher Accelerated. Yeah, and it's on 6 points, and we don't even have a Watcher Accelerate. We have 7 mana. So we pack it up. That sucks. Opponent brings Star Tip Peak game 1 and coin flips us. Because if it was reversed, then I think this game entirely got decided by the coin flip. Like both players' hands would have ended up doing the exact. Actually, no, this guy had Ray, so this student would have gone here, gotten Rayed, and then it still would have been over. But player 2 did not have the Ray or the Falling Star Stupefy combo, so it's just a tragedy. What's with these Star Tip Peak Kaisas? Is it they're just the argument that when you go first as Kaisa, there's no deck that can beat you on a Star Tip Peak? Or maybe, I mean, maybe it's like against Master Yi, if you do lose control of it, you don't care as much that they're getting runes rather than cards. What's the hand? Stupefy, Poro, 2 students, a Cathian Rain, okay. We have Ray, so we're going to play Kaisa and wait a turn. We're gonna cycle Cleave, draw into Voids. What the hell? What the hell? Do we have a Ray in our hand? We do. Okay, we were looking for a 2-drop to play. I feel like I would have rather played Kaisa. You could even not send a student forward, play Kaisa, stay in base, and say that if they have Stupefy Falling Star, then I die, but anything else, then I'm fine. We drew the Void Seeker. I mean, I guess we had Void Seeker plus all of the 2-drops as draws. We have a lot of draws. Like, what is that? We have 7 to 8 2-drops in the deck, plus Hopefuls, plus Void Seekers. Let's say we have the maximum of all of them. So, a bit under 50% chance to find something to play. I guess. We get Void Seekered. We don't retreat. 2 retreats in our hand and we don't retreat, and just play for the Hexray instead. And opponent doesn't play in the Void Seeker. Yeah, why didn't we retreat? We have Ray in hand. We have 2 retreats in our hand. What are we doing now? We're accelerating Kaisa? Oh god. Oh god, I hate this. And opponent's hand is so bad that they can't do anything. But imagine if we just had an extra rune for free. My god, this guy's actually YOLOing it. Oh, he's retreating his Poro in order to make his student big enough? Okay, it does get him both Conquerors. And then he develops all of his units again. We have a Progress Day? Okay. Now we're going a bit too far. Why do we have so many cards? Oh, if only we retreated that student. Maybe we didn't even need to accelerate the Kaisa the next turn. We could have just retreated student. Play Kaisa plus Poro. Or plus student. Replay the student. And have 1 mana open. And just play super slowly. If we have Progress Day in our deck, why are we trying to burn runes? Why are we going so fast? Why are we drawing more cards? Oh my god, our runes are all gone now. Did we just get cleaved over? We got Ray Stupefied? We got Ray Stupefied. Oh my god. Alright, well, we've got 10 cards in our hand. Congratulations. 10 cards and, like, we have less runes than cards in our hand. We lose. Kind of just lose automatically. Now we're gonna burn some more runes. We at least get a student out. What did we do? We missed our triggers? Played Void Seeker on Darius. Missed Student Trigger. Falling Star on the base. Missed Student Trigger. Ray the Darius. Missed Student Trigger. And then our student gets raid. My god.
The top cards just.
Our opponent's hand is empty, so we're still going to win anyway. Our opponent's hand was Icathian Rain and nothing. I mean, I don't know, this is just... It is Sky Splitter. Sky Splitter Progress Day. Holy... Alright then. Almost found a way to lose. As the Kaisa player on the left. Lost to Sky Splitter. The Sky Splitter didn't even do anything. I'm pretty sure they played Sky Splitter and played another unit. So they could have readied their Darius any other way. Okay, what do we actually have? Let's try to pay attention. Hopefully this game doesn't get thrown on the first couple turns. Student. Cheering crowd. Draven, Falling Star, can't see the rest. Is this another hold up 3 mana? I mean, that is a good play. The one thing, I do like the fact that you don't attack into the 3 open mana for Void Seeker. That is a good play to do. I know Cleave and Void Seeker is in hand. And she's going to pass, and he's not going to attack into it again. And she also missed her Arena's Greatest trigger. Alright, what do we actually have? Yep, we had a Pouty Poro. We had 2 2-drops in our hand, and we hold open Void Seeker instead. Great. Great. And now look at that. We're down 2 units to 0, and we're in the exact same spot again. We're going to hold open Void Seeker again? Oh, now we don't hold it open when their Kaisa's on board. Okay, yeah, sure. Sure, man. I mean... He's pre-cleaving. Pre-cleave to player on Void Seeker that he knows is in her hand. So this went up to 5, 6, 7, gets Void Seekered, and then he uses Stupefy, which he has to lose a rune for, which he... Did he recycle a rune? He did. Okay, we're good. Stupefy the Poro. And then he's going to get hit by a Hex Ray and get killed. And the Poro lives. And then he accelerates out Kaisa. We've got 6 runes, so this is a Kaisa Accelerate plus Stupefy. Is that Portal Rescue? Oh my god. That's either Portal Rescue or Progress. Okay, it's Progress Day. Set a second Draven. Oh my god. Alright. So Watcher, they both go down to 6. Cleave. A student. Well, if he has nothing in his hand, then we can clear this. We have exactly enough to clear. Watcher, these both go down to 6. Cleave student. Student goes up to 6. Send in student by itself. Trade. Watcher goes 7 over 6. And then Sentry goes here and trades. Oh, we have Falling Star. We missed our student trigger. Get stupefied. Void Seeker trade. I mean, I guess the student would have gotten. The student should have gotten Void Seeker. I don't know why it didn't. It tapped out. Wait, what? Accelerate Watcher, go to 7. Pass, untap his runes. Fist bump. Alright. Didn't know that's how it worked. Set against Victor. See a Fiora, see a Kinku Monk. Okay, put your cards back. Hold on a second, the stream's not ready. The stream just watched you pick up the cards and then put them back, but they're not ready. Cythria, the card draw engine. Manufactor, token. Alright. I think we want... Like, what punishes the student here? What can actually change the math? The Cythria is already going to receive a buff, so she's a 2. So they need to somehow get more on her, which is Call to Glory or bigger buff spells. So I think you want the student to go to Monastery. Partly you stop the Monastery draw from Cythria, but also when the Cythria goes here, she's easier to beat with tokens, potentially. I don't like this. Yeah, this is already a misplay, I think. Come here, cat. Yeah, I think student should just be here. And then you put token in base, and then you say your opponent can't push this Monastery without using a spell. Like, unless they want to play Fiora Showstop her in, which is fine. That's completely fine if that happens. You have the Singularity to wipe their board. So this is just bad. We're giving away card draw. I mean, maybe they don't take the draw anyway, but this is just bad to have given in the first place. Opponent shouldn't have access to the Monastery. Because the thing, too, like, if Student was here, Cythria goes here, we can send 2 tokens and beat the Cythria. 2 token, beat Cythria. Lose 1 token, kill her. Oh, it's so much better. We've got Singularity. Call to Glory is a big problem, though. Call to Glory the Fiora, keep her alive. Don't need to pay deflect cost, but... So we have to send in Manufactor first, and then that gets rid of the Call to Glory. Manufactor goes here, offers the trade. Either they save the Cythria, or they don't, or they Call to Glory her, and then regardless you play... If they save her, or Call to Glory her, you Singularity. If she dies, then you get to send in the token. And then do something else with your turn. And be happy. There's no bad result. Why did we just play the Manufactor? Are we scared of attacking into the Cythria? Oh my... Like, why? What? You attack in, they play Call to Glory, you singularity both their units, they have no board. They're down a Call to Glory, they go to 7 runes. You've got a token here, you leave a token on the war camp, you move your student back. You're at 3 points to 1? Worst case scenario, they do like unit into first mate, push 1 battlefield, you're 3 points to 2, 4 points to 2, and then you have 6 runes and you just continue with your life. And they're down a Call to Glory. And they have to have first mate, otherwise they have to commit a showstopper and lose more runes. Man. And then we can wait. We had 2 singularities in our hand. Oh my god. We get first mate, they like play Kiana first mated in. We singularity both of those too. Go up to 6 points. Unlosable. And this still might be unlosable because this war camp can't be beaten. Oh, and now we singularity into the Call to Glory. Okay, yeah, now sure. Yeah. Yeah, let's just do everything wrong. Let's do everything wrong. And we're still going to win this game. We're still going to win this game because Set is a bad deck. Okay, sure. Sure. We can literally not... We can turn down a point. We can send our student to the wrong battlefield. Then we can turn down a point. Then decide not to singularity. Then we can singularity their Kiana, burning 3 runes, get Call to Gloried. And then we still win. Crazy. Absolutely insane. Set player's gonna watch the replay and wonder, why am I not playing Kai'Sa? I would have beaten this guy 20 times in a row. Do we have a 2-drop that beats a pit rookie? That has to be a student or a Poro. We do not, we've got a bird. The set is playing War Camp, though. Oh, that's nice of him. And we brought Arena's Greatest when we went second. That's weird of us. I guess we have Obelisk when we go first, and we're just... We bring... I mean, that's fair. You bring War Camp game 1 against orange decks, because they might have Cannon Barrage. And then... If you're against, like, a Kai'Sa, you would do Arena's Greatest game 1. And War Camp when you go first. Or no, Obelisk when you go first, and then War Camp when you go second. That's reasonable. But yeah, War Camp and Set is very weird. And we're going to stack it. And waste 2 mana. Okay, sure, we're just going to let this Victor get away with his early game suck-in. Like, we just put all of this stuff in the back and say, congrats on wasting 2 mana. I have absolutely no disadvantage. Why did we hide a card here? Hold on, hold on. What was in his hand that we need to hide a card? We have Watcher, Hidden Blades, we play those. Put the bird forward. We did not need to hide a card this turn, did we? What, there's no Kiana first mate coming? So it'd have to be Kiana Showstopper? I mean, maybe, like, can we make the argument that we're not wasting a mana that matters? Because I don't think we want to Hidden Blade this bird until we get our Victor out, which is next turn. Do we want to, if they Kiana Showstopper it, do we want to play Hidden Blade on their Kiana? I guess it is good. We do want to do that. 2 cards in hand. We still can't. We still can't push the pit rookies if we do that. Or can we? Hold on. Pit rookies are 7. And we'll have bird, student, token, token. So we have 10. Okay, we can push the pit rookies. Because with a Call to Glory, the pit rookies are 9. So we push to 4. Wipe opponent's board, literal best case scenario. And that looks good. If they pull out the pit rookies, then we still get to 4 to their 3. If they go up to 5, and we get time. I don't know if we want time. This isn't that bad of a hit, hiding Hidden Blade. I don't know if we're worried about Kiana Showstopper. Or like, I mean, even First Mate. Isn't First Mate a problem? Move this pit rookie back and First Mate it in. Isn't great for us. Maybe they send the... No, you send in this one, because if it's a Blast Cone Fae, then it doesn't matter. It's fine. With the way the Victor's hand is, unless he wants to play Watcher next turn, he doesn't have a use for the 7th point of mana. He's either going to play his Victor and make a token and have 1 mana left, which he could have 2 mana left and then play a 2-drop that he draws. Or he's going to hold up Comet and make a token. So, it's not that bad. There are top decks that he could have that punish this, but it's also possible that he wants to Hidden Blade his bird on his opponent's turn to get the ramp value. I'm not sure if he wants to do that, though, because it also buffs his student. And he wants to play his yellow Victor and get a token out of it. So there is Kiana Showstopper in here. Why is there Arena Bar? That's weird. Kiana Showstopper... No. Oh my god, what do you want, cat? Hey, if you want attention, you can come to me for attention. Hey? I'm going to not release you now, you are trapped. Meow into the microphone, please. No, into the microphone. Do a meow. 1 meow, please. Meow meow. Nope. He's in one of those moods. He wants attention, but he wants it his way. Yep. Okay. Play Fiora, hold up 2 mana again? Wait, hold up 2 mana again? We don't even want to play our orange set? Is this a winning plan? I feel like if we weren't on War Camp, this is a plan that could work for the set. But because we're on War Camp, I don't think that this works. And I'm still confused why we didn't play... I guess what, we'd have to play yellow set. It would be enormous. I don't like the fact that we've wasted 2 mana on turn 2 and turn 3. If you're going to do that, you're better off paying a power cost for yellow set and then playing orange set the turn after. Because we're very far behind on board development now. I mean, to be fair, this is an absolute pile of garbage the Victor has, but it's a pile of garbage that's good enough. What did he draw? Oh, is that the Cursed Singularity? That is, in fact, the Cursed Singularity. What can we do with it? We could Singularity the other 2 units, leave the Fiora. That's not great. So what does he have? This Fiora is a 5 because of War Camp, which means she goes up to 6 with Shield. And this is a buffed Pit Rookie, so it's a 4. So this is 10. And we have access to 6, 9 total. So if we Hidden Blade our bird, we go up to 10. Call to Glories plus 2. And this is the situation where if we didn't hide this Hidden Blade, I want to point out, then this would be a very good Watcher. We'd play Watcher, this would go down to 1. This Fiora would go down to 2, because she would lose her having 5 or more might, so she'd lose the shield. And then this would be a completely free attack. But because we hid the Hidden Blade, it isn't possible. Which, I mean, I don't know. I'm surprised the set is trying to hold on Warcamp. Um, like, I don't know why the Pit Rookie could have gone to Arena's Greatest, and then he could have been holding here and giving up on Warcamp, if this is what his plan is. Because now, like, if this was here instead, we would lose the Fiora value, 1 point of value on her shield, and she wouldn't have deflect. But in exchange, this would be a 5 might set of units instead of 9 might. So the question now as the Victor player is, what is in your deck that you can draw that helps this attack? Because you want to make this attack right now. And if it is something, I mean, you have the Comet. You Hidden Blade this, you attack in and offer the trade. That's terrible. No, you can't do that. So you Comet the Pit Rookie. You could Comet Fiora, hold on. You Comet Fiora. She gets Call to Gloried. She goes up to 8 with 6 damage. There's no more Call to Glory possible. You do have to pay Deflect. You have 1 mana left. You have 10. She's 8 with 2 damage. She gets shield. She has 3 HP. You send in... maybe these 3? What is Student? Student's a 4? Maybe you send Student plus Bird, trade everything off, and then you can send 2 tokens. You have to you have to Hidden Blade this bird. You Hidden Blade the bird. Yeah, you Hidden Blade the bird first, trigger Student. Student goes up to 3, draw cards. You drop Comet on the Fiora. She gets Call to Gloried. Student goes up to 4. Student attacks in, has 5 from the War Camp. This Pit Rookie's a 3. Oh no, it's 3 and 3. No, you do need 6. Okay, you don't need the Hidden Blade. So you Comet Fiora. She gets Call to Gloried. Your Student's at 3. You send in Student plus Bird. You have 6 against their 6 HP. Trade everything. And then you send 1 token here. And you send the other token here and make a 3rd token on the Arena's Greatest, because what you don't want to happen is this Pit Rookie to walk in and force you to use Hidden Blade prematurely. You would rather force the Pit Rookie to go back over here, kill 1 token, and you keep holding here with your Hidden Blade for a bit longer, I think. But yeah, I think this Comet is completely fine. And the reason it's fine is because the set is on Warcamp, and because the set has wasted so much mana, so we have a lot of tempo to play with. Okay, we're going to Hidden Blade first. That's also okay. What do we draw into? I didn't see. He drew them face down. I dislike this observing. Please show me his hand. Okay, he's going for the Comet. He missed his Student trigger as well. Call to Glory. Please tell me we don't miss the other Student trigger. This is important. Okay, we got the 1 Student trigger that matters. Now we get to go in and trade. Why the fuck are we sending? Why are we sending so much? What are we scared of? Okay. We're just playing around air. And let me just show cards that have action. Just to show the set of cards that we could be playing around here. Facebreaker would be a problem. But I think we lose to Facebreaker anyway. Facebreaker, Stun Pit Rookie, Stun Student, which maybe we think they're representing Facebreaker this entire time when they hold open 2 mana. These two get stunned. Fiora kills everything, Fiora dies, and then this Pit Rookie lives, and we can't even push it. And then the end result is the opponent has Pit Rookie plus Pit Rookie goes to 5 points, and we have literally nothing. We have this token, which I guess can go here, and we can make another token to at least trade with this Pit Rookie if they have no buff. So Facebreaker's a problem. I don't know why the seal isn't loading. I guess Hidden Blade on our student is a problem. Okay, there's more than nothing to play around. I mean, I wish we didn't hide that Hidden Blade last turn, because enemy Fiora ended up doing this, and then we could have Watchered him. And then it would have been Watcher, and then throw in whatever, because this is 3 might worth of units. Token. Why didn't we stack the token on Warcamp? We're just giving it away for free? Okay. Did we just pass without activating Arena Bar? Hold on. Pay 3. Play Arena Bar. Pass. Opponent reads Arena Bar to wonder what the hell we're doing. Opponent starts their turn, because we just passed without activating Arena Bar. We look at Arena Bar. What does this card do again? Am I being too critical of everything that's happening? Did we not pass? We passed priority. Okay, I thought gear and units don't create a chain when they get played. So I thought he passed his turn when he did that hand motion. But apparently he didn't. Because I thought he did that hand motion, his opponent gathered his runes up, so I thought he was going to untap them, and then no, the set's turn continues. Okay, sure. Yeah, it really looked like he passed. Wait, am I being too critical of the plays happening? Maybe I'm being too, like, I'm seeing both hands, so I'm just calling out the plays, when I don't realize that Facebreaker and Hidden Blade are scary cards for that, for the Victor's attack. It wasn't nearly as clean as I thought it was. Thousand-Tailed Watcher, so that set goes down to 4. We can Call to Glory to trade. If opponent has Stupefy, we get absolutely annihilated. They've got Stupefy. Okay. And the funny thing here, what was this? This was a 3-4. After this Call to Glory, this Pit Rookie is a 0. Because the -3 might from the Watcher snapshots when it happens. So if you lose a source of might, after that, the -3 is still -3. So this Pit Rookie is now 2 might, +1 from Warcamp, -3 from Watcher. He does save his set, but yeah, this token is in fact going to beat a Pit Rookie. No hidden cards. But our orange set never got played this entire time. We get Arena Bar value. But we need to somehow hold against an orange set. Which... Hidden Blade. Okay, we're... Wait, do we have enough runes for this? We do. Okay. We have exactly enough runes for this. So this gets saved. Oh, and we're on 7 points, and we Singularity them out of the game? Oh, wait. No, we have a Sprite Mother. Oh, wait. Wait, what? He had 2 runes open. Oh. Oh, he let it die. Was there something we could have done differently? Couldn't we have played to... What if we played to hold? We Singularity first. He saves one of them. And then we have 2 mana left, so we can make a token and hide Hidden Blade. And they left themselves with 1 unit anyway, so they can't win anymore. They could clear every single unit on a board and they still don't win. But that is Unyielding Spirit Facebreaker, so maybe they can win. Is that what's necessary? What do we have? Singularity, which loses immediately to the Unyielding. Or we Stratagem, which does win. So we Stratagem. I don't know why we're sending... Why are we sending both? They can go up to 7. They could have a Shen. They could have a Primal Strength. Primal Strength goes to 12. Okay, we're playing around Primal Strength. We are playing around Primal Strength and saying that if this game continues, we have 3 mana, so we're playing a Yordle in base. Oh, we got a Sprite. Oh, we top decked a Sprite, okay. So why did this game seem so hard for the set? Is it because of the early game tempo? I think it's because of the early game tempo. I think the yellow set should have been played here. Because he gave the victor way too much time. I mean, what else went wrong? Like, the set drew 2 Call to Glories. The first one got pretty good value. The second one... Maybe the second Call to Glory was bad? Maybe that was the issue. It was this Call to Glory here into Stupefy. So let's see, you let this happen, and then this trades, so the victor doesn't get to 6 points. Save you, these trade, you end up with him, you go here, go to 6, and still have the same situation, and the victor makes a token in base. You go to 6, this goes here, Watcher holds to 6, but then the victor can't make the Hidden Blade play. I mean, maybe he still does? Because he can't Singularity these, because the yellow set's too big, actually. So then he goes for Hidden Blade. And you've Call to Glory still, so when he Hidden Blades, you save him. And then if they go for Singularity, you can keep one of them alive with the Call to Glory that you saved. Because he doesn't have enough mana for Hidden Blade plus Singularity plus Stupefy. And if he did, then you could still keep the yellow set alive. Best resource for decks. I think it's Piltover Archive, though there are some other websites that are coming up, like there's this Rift Core website, which launched recently. And there's also a Chinese site. What the hell is it called? Hold on. It's Statica Forest is what it's called. Should be able to find it if you look that up. Yeah, there's this Rift Core site, but Piltover Archive is the best one, though it is having some issues since launch because of way too much traffic. They said they updated the server infrastructure yesterday, but it seems like it wasn't enough still, so they'll need some more. I think this was the play that cost Set the game. I think it's this plus the holding open 2 mana for too many turns. I think this should have been yellow set already. He hit Arena Bar already. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. I think... Yeah, I think it just should have been yellow set this turn. It should have been Pit Rookie here. To take this battlefield, and then yellow set in the back. Maybe you're worried about getting held on. Pit Rookie, he sends double token. Pit Rookie here, he stacks this battlefield. But then you get to send it. It depends how much he stacks, because you can still Pit Rookie the yellow set, go in for 8. And this is what the Victor had in play. So unless he stacks bird, bird, student, token with 1 token in base, he doesn't hold against your yellow set. No, and then you have Call to Glory. Oh my god, wait. You play yellow set. No, he just can't hold against you. You play yellow set. Like let's say, okay, Pit Rookie here. Play yellow set in the base. You have 5 mana next turn. Victor can't push this Pit Rookie because he has 2 1s. So he goes to this battlefield and stacks. Let's say he stacks everything. That's 11. If he stacks literally everything, you play Pit Rookie, buff the set. You play Arena Bar, buff a Pit Rookie. You send in set, who is 8. You Call to Glory him with the buff on the Pit Rookie. Everything trades, and you save the yellow set. And then the Victor's board is wiped, and you win the game instantly. Maybe you don't win the game instantly, because then you get Singularity'd. You get Singularity'd, you still keep 1 Pit Rookie alive, and then on the next turn you go up to 6 mana, so you can play orange set, buff the Pit Rookie, be on 4 points, still be in a pretty good spot. Yeah, I think that was a better play. I don't know if taking that push is actually correct, though. Because the Singularity counter swing is a bit painful. Like, maybe you wait a turn, you play the yellow set, you buff him with Pit Rookie, you buff Pit Rookie with Arena Bar. Maybe you even move this Pit Rookie back. No, you don't move this Pit Rookie back. Oh my god. You keep it there. And then on the turn after, you're threatening to attack with this yellow set, who will be 9, plus the Pit Rookie that's buffed, who will be 4. And then there's no way the Victor can hold against that efficiently. And then you get to attack in with the yellow set for an enormous amount and save him, and then rebuff him with the Arena Bar. And that's way better. Yeah. So I don't think the set played this game well. I think game 1, the set was just kind of doomed, because even with all of the Victor plays, it still wasn't close. But game 2 was definitely misplayed, and then I think that's it for the VOD. Maybe it's my internet that's being weird. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why, or maybe it's my browser. Yeah, I don't know why, but for some reason things on browsers are going slowly. And I think that was the last round. Okay. So I do believe that, yes, day 2 is live. I don't know if anything has happened yet. Okay, there has been 1 round played. Let's watch that. Lee Sin against Misfortune. Oh my god, wow, an Aurora Misfortune? That's crazy. Alright, well, we can speed through this one. We're not missing anything. I don't like the fact that this chat is going... What the hell is this? Get this off of my screen. My screen real estate is being taken up by things that I don't care about. Alright. Turn 1 confront, turn 2 mobilize. We have a gust for this Clockwork Keeper. We do, very good. They've got a first mate to get into... What the hell is that battle? I don't know what that battlefield is. Is that an Alt Art Vile Mauslair? I literally don't know what this battlefield is. When they show the graphics for battlefields that get flipped... It's an Aspirin's Climb, okay. Okay, sit down and stay there, cat. Mobilize, Rebuke, Catalyst. Take the Catalyst, have infinite mana. Opponent is going to be on 3 points when we get to Aurora, and we're on Kiana, buff the something. Did he top deck that? No. Okay. He has the Aurora. Wonderful. Do we hit the Deadbloom Predator? Which I actually wonder why he moved this Poro back. if you're going to have one unit on a battlefield, there's no point moving the other one back, because if Dead Bloom Predator shows up, it takes your unit. If you leave one on each battlefield, then when Dead Bloom Predator shows up, it kills one and the other one is safe. And if no Dead Bloom Predator shows up, you get to move both back for free. I need does set up for Kiana. Maybe he wants the Kiana. Is the Kiana that important? Maybe it is. I don't know what his hand is. I don't think they showed it yet. Hit a Soul Gorger. We've got... Is that Dragon's Rage or is that Primal Strength? That's another alt art looking. We've got Discipline. That looks like a Sunlit Guardian and a Clockwork Keeper. Kiana goes in. We are going to fight or flight the Kiana because we've got way too many runes. Sure, that's fine, because our Soul Gorger wouldn't be able to fight the Kiana if she was the one that stayed on the battlefield. So now something else goes there and our Soul Gorger can fight it. That is a Dragon's Rage, okay. They did not buff the Pit Rookie. I'm kind of surprised. Oh, they've got block? I'm surprised that they didn't try to set up for the Pit Rookie to survive combat with Soul Gorger, because if you can get to 6, then you force your opponent to accelerate out Misfortune in order to make this attack, and then you get to get rid of her, which is really good value. And if your opponent misplays for some reason, which they really shouldn't, but, you know, it's an Aurora player, they might, then when the Soul Gorger goes in, you go up to 6, and then Misfortune accelerated doesn't help. Alright, this guy's taking notes. Takes the Discipline. No, he takes... No, that's not Discipline. Oh, it was just a block the whole time. There was no Discipline. Okay, takes the Dragon's Rage. So he is probably playing Misfortune this turn. And then he's going to both battlefields. Yep. And then he gets Mind Splitter. Did he discard the... Wait. Oh, he didn't take Dragon... Oh, there were 2 of them. Oh, I'm blind. Okay, there were 2 Dragon's Rages. He takes 1. Plays the Misfortune. Completely YOLOs it and hits a Mind Splitter in order to take the other. Otherwise, that Dragon's Rage would have killed both his units. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. We've got a Lee Sin accelerated, which means we have 6 plus 7, so we can send Lee Sin plus Kiana here, and that does win the combat. Assuming there are no tricks in the 2 cards remaining. Which I believe there's a Rebuke left. If we want to play around Rebuke or Fight or Flight, can we do anything about it? I don't think we can. Is that a Charm? Okay, we're going to fight the Misfortune first and see what he does. I don't think you spend any trick saving this Misfortune. I'm actually surprised that the Misfortune got sent to this battlefield. It would have been better... Because he attacked with something over this Pit Rookie, but the Soul Gorger could have done that, and then Misfortune could have gone here, because he does want to stack this battlefield to stop the card draw from the Monastery. But the Soul Gorger and Misfortune could just be switched places. And then he'd potentially be able to protect her on the other battlefield. And then he doesn't even take the attack. Yeah, so we could have just had a Misfortune alive. Which potentially does something. Gank across. That enters ready because of Confront. So we accelerated Lee Sin for nothing, actually. If we go back to the previous turn, we accelerated Lee Sin, then took this attack, and then passed. So we completely wasted the rune. Which is quite bad. We do have Charm. We have Charm and Lee Sin. That is crazy. It's not a good card in Ari, and we're playing it in Lee Sin. And this game looks over now. Aurora doesn't lose these. It doesn't seem like this Aurora player loses these either, so... Nice, and we save time. Oh, there's some stats. 42% Jinx win rate. Garen actually had a 50%. Wait, what? One Yasuo, one Lee... This is the one Lee Sin that Dade 2'd. One Ari. Two Dariuses. Out of 33 total. 6% conversion rate for Darius is not bad. And then Kaisa Mastery, oh boy. And then Teemo, Set, and Annie all performing better than Victor and Misfortune conversion rate. Misfortune player conversion rate. Yeah. Alright, Obelisk going second as the Misfortune because we don't want to give our opponent a double unit turn 1 if they were going second. That's an orange set. That is a good card. And they do have 3 mana. So what do we have? We have Sunlit Guardian turn 1 into turn 2 orange set. And hopefully draw a 2-drop. I don't know why Zhonya's is still in our deck. That is not a very good card in this matchup. And the Misfortune has 2 invert timelines. What is that 6 mana spell? Gentleman's Duel. Okay. It's not terrible. And we're going to mulligan that plus the invert. Sabotage and invert do not synergize very well together. But neither does 2 inverts and neither does Gentleman's Duel. So it's fine. I mean, I guess, like, the idea is either your opponent has a ton of cards and you just want to invert timelines, or they have less than a ton of cards and you sabotage them, see what's there. And then if it's too good, then you invert still with the information, otherwise you can wait. And if you have to invert, then yeah, the sabotage, yeah, it's still the best card to keep. It just does not work that well together, because it's a card that you get out of your hand, but you get a card out of your opponent's hand. That is a terrible hand. But it's fine, we're on Obelisk, we draw 1 ramp spell, and we still get to the turn 3 Aurora. Buff. Play Kiana. Okay, that's better than orange set. Stack deck into Catalyst, amazing. That is a possession. Okay. It is in the deck, not in the hand. So we get our Kiana Conquer. And again, this is a situation. I mean, I guess we have first mate, so we can go for the Kiana second Conquer. If Kiana wasn't involved, it's always correct to leave units on both battlefields. But because Kiana's involved, is more of a decision. I don't really know what this Lee Sin deck does. Okay, if we're first mating pulling her out, then we pull it of both. And then this is good. This is pretty good. Aurora comes down. We know we're going to conquer both and go up to 5 points every time and get a Kiana Conquer. Did he hit Orange Volibear? Oh my god. This guy's actually full casino. Orange Volibear and Soul Gorgers. So we have the Charm. So this is 6 plus 6 against 10. Wow, that's good charm value. Very good charm value. And I don't think there's any 1 mana spell. Yeah, there's no 1 mana spell that would have counterplayed it. Get the Kiana Conquer. And then we should stack both battlefields to be resistant against Deadbloom Predator. We did not do that. Okay. We left 1 mana open as well. Because we could have put Poro here. It doesn't particularly. I guess first mate here is a little bit better. Poro with Kiana, first mate here. Buff the first mate. Actually, no, we got 9 here. Buff the Poro. buff something, and then both of our battlefields resist Dead Bloom Predator. So then our opponent either has to have Gust plus Dead Bloom Predator, or they have to accelerate their Misfortune in, suicide her to trade off one unit, and then Dead Bloom Predator after. I don't like the not using our units in the base here, and just giving easy Dead Bloom Predators. We're holding up On Guard. On Guard's not good enough. I mean, we don't even need to use the buff. Like, we could still just send the units, hold the mana open if we want to hold open Defy or On Guard. That's still fine. But giving easy Dead Bloom Predator entries is really bad. Second Aurora. Orange Volibear. Dead Bloom Predator gets in. Yep. Yep. If only we set up both our battlefields to have 9 might, then Dead Bloom Predator would just trade with Kiana or trade with Orange Lee Sin. We would Zhonya's it, we'd go to 7 points, we'd pull out, and we'd be so happy. Well, we wouldn't be so happy because it's Orange Volibear and double Aurora, but you know, we'd be happier than we are now, which is literally can't win the game anymore because of problems. I mean, what we'd probably do is do the same thing, where we Zhonya's, kill the Dead Bloom Predator, sit on both battlefields again with 7 points, and the MF needs to break both. And again, we set up both battlefields so that Dead Bloom Predator doesn't break one by itself. So Volibear is going to break one, most likely, but then the other is going to require Dead Bloom Predator plus Misfortune Accelerate at minimum. I guess there is Misfortune can accelerate and ready the Volibear, so it's still not great. But I don't see how he went from here as the Lee Sin. It seems like his deck is all just low-cost stuff. And we didn't stack. So we have Lee Sin here with block. Why are all of these units not on battlefields? Wait, do we just win easily? If we stacked our battlefields the turn before, so Dead Bloom Predator didn't get in, and then we stack our battlefields again, have block, have discipline, have everything, I think we could stack both battlefields to be big enough to survive the Volibear. Yeah, no. Lee Sin should have won this game. Gentleman's Duel, push everything in. Yeah, Lee Sin should have won this game. Alright, that's it for me. I'll watch the rest of this tomorrow. Thanks for the follows, John Woe and It's Mac Pro. You can go watch the broadcast yourself. There it is. I'm going to do that too. And I'll be back tomorrow for the rest of this. I need to go eat some food though. So you can also watch it on. Is there a link to? No. What is her name? Like Ursi Time, something like that. Let me double check. I can see in Discord. Ursi Day. Yeah. She is also streaming on Twitch, but you can watch it here as well. Yep. Thanks for watching. Ta-ta. Have a good night.